What's up, YouTubers? This is your boy, Big Mentor Fan 12, coming to you with another video game review. This time I'm reviewing the game WWF Betrayal, which was released on the Game Boy Color as an exclusive by THQ and WayForward Technologies. And it's based on a specific storyline from WWF back in 1999 where Stephanie McMahon was kidnapped. And the plot, which was well, centers around this particular kidnapping. There's a match between like Triple H and one of his opponents, and Triple H wins, and somebody comes out, attacks you. You know what I'm saying? That leads to him winning, and pretty much you find out that Stephanie McMahon has been kidnapped, and the Vince McMahon pretty much promises a title shot for the WWF Championship if you successfully rescue Stephanie. You know what I'm saying? Now in the game you can pick Triple H, The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, or the Undertaker. Now, this is pretty much the only WWF game on the Game Boy Color that's a beat 'em up, and is pretty much the last WWF game that was released on the Game Boy Color. Now, the game WWF Betrayal pretty much consists of 6 levels, regardless of who you pick, which consists of you starting in the ring first. It was backstage, the parking lot, garage, the subway, the Titan Tower headquarters, and the roof of Titan Towers. Now, if you pick Stone Cold, Steve Austin, The Rock, or Undertaker, the last, you're going to fight the other 3 superstars that's in the game at some point, and then later on, Titan Tower's roof, you're gonna end up fighting Triple H, and you're gonna pretty much win the WWF Championship as a result. And if you're Triple H, then you pretty much the last one you're gonna fight is Stone Cold Steve Austin. So outside of that, everything is pretty much the same. And one thing about it is that as you go through the course of the game, each of them, regardless of which one you pick, they're gonna say their line. You know what I'm saying? That one line is like The Rock says, "Know your role, shut your mouth." You know what I'm saying? Those, general stuff like that. And like Stone Cold's one liner, that's the bottom line, cause Stone Cold said so. You gonna like read that in the text. You know. And another thing you can do is like many beat 'em ups. You can use different types of weapons throughout the course of the game, like boxes and lead pipes to take out the enemies and stuff. And the only thing you can do in the game outside the weapons is pretty much you do like kicks, punches, and it's like pretty much ends with the finisher. The finisher does depend on which superstar you pick out of the 4, whether it's the Stone Cold Stunner or the Rock Bottom or the Chuck Slam Bottom, Undertaker and stuff. Now, I'll be honest, the types of enemies that you face are pretty generic, and they pretty much have no names. You know what I'm saying? Now, when it comes to the graphics and level design, they're okay with like some decent color palettes and sprites, but they haven't really set these standards for any of the WWF games that came after it as far as handheld titles. And if regardless, and it's pretty much, it doesn't matter if you pick Triple H, The Rock, Stone Cold, or Undertaker. They move kind of stiff. You know what I'm saying? and the types of moves that I mentioned earlier is pretty limited. You know what I'm saying? To just the punts, kicks, and the finishers. You know what I'm saying? For the individual finishers, ended up being it gets pretty repetitive real quickly. You know what I'm saying? And another thing that makes WWF Betrayal pretty repetitive is the fact that it's a limited number of enemies. You know what I'm saying? Because it lacks variety, it makes it more competitive. Like I said, it is not. It's pretty much like more repetitive than any other beat 'em up that I played. Whether it's say the Final Fight franchise or the Streets of Rage trilogy. You know, now the soundtrack, it's okay. You know what I'm saying, but it's not that impressive, and it didn't set any standards either. You know what I'm saying. I'll say it's far from setting any like standards in that regard. You know what I'm saying. And I'll be honest, WWF, the plot for WWF Betrayal isn't bad. You know, it's pretty good. You know what I'm saying. It just wasn't right. I would say it wasn't right, but it's like it just wasn't executed very well because of the fact that it was released on Game Boy Color. You know what I'm saying? To me, this is simply my opinion. You know what I'm saying? WWF Betrayal should have been released on like PlayStation 1 and Nintendo 64 because, in my opinion, the controls probably would have been better along with the gameplay and soundtrack. It could have been better. Hey, it's an opinion, you know what I'm saying? But overall, WWF Betrayal just ended up being just boring, repetitive, mediocre beat 'em up, and it looked like the production of the game, the the production from overall standpoint was rushed to me. You know what I'm saying? Just to meet the deadline. So if you want a good quality wrestling game that came out back in the late '90s, there's better there's better games that was released on the Nintendo 64 and PlayStation 1, like some of the WCW games and some of the Nintendo WWF games. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it just passed by this turd fest. You know what I'm saying? As far as the score, I definitely give it a 10, 8 out of 10. Not an 8 out of 10. It's a 4 out of 10. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not good at all. I will have to repeat it again, 4 out of 10, because everything, the game just wasn't well executed. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, if you played um, WWF Betrayal, if you have similar opinions as I do about it, you can mention it in the comment section. Even if you like enjoyed it, you can mention it. And if you like my review of WWF Betrayal for Game Boy Color, don't hesitate to click the thumbs up button. And don't forget to subscribe. This is your boy Big Metro Fan 12 signing off.